This is the era of disruption and the era of imagination. At the heart of it, our definition of growth really puts quite a strong emphasis on difference. Difference is the thing that drives abnormal returns.
How do you best manage that? Do you have a central innovation team, or do you find you've got pockets of innovation happening all over the place? And I think that there are challenges and opportunities for both.
It's our role to foster creativity, to encourage creativity, to find ways to empower people to be creative, to find enough time and hours in the day, not just in the marketing teams, but right across the board, because good ideas can come from anywhere, right?
As we start to develop new products, we bring in the UX designers, we bring in the product managers, we bring in the techies. They start to add value right from the very beginning.
Innovation on its own, without a structure sitting around it, is potentially just a group of people creating cool stuff, but a bit of navel gazing going on at the same time.
Something that we're seeing is creative which underperforms because it's got no edge to it. Essentially, a lot of the fundamentals of what makes great creative, which is really about unlocking the power of emotion, are being bled out for whatever reasons.
We can't drive innovation everywhere, right? So it's got to be innovation with purpose, and it's got to make a difference.
The thing actually we need to do more than anything is ruthless prioritization, because I've got 30 people sat outside who are idea machines. And actually, we need to make sure that we've only got a certain amount of hours in the week and hands and feet to execute that. So for us, sometimes it's the most audacious ideas that will actually create those step changes.
You can't hit exactly the same ROI on everything. You need to push and try new things and experiment. We still do a lot of that. But then having done that, you can get into, okay, what works and what didn't? What can we learn? What can we kind of do more of?
And for the first time, actually, in 2022, we've explicitly had an innovation OKR. So that's a first for us. But also in the here and now, how do we make sure all innovation is rooted against genuine customer need? It's not voodoo or too mystical. It's actually quite process driven.
Who are your target customers? So what are their wants? What do they love about you? What do they hate about you? What are their hopes? What are their fears? How can you accelerate growth with your innovations to meet this customer needs? And ensuring that everything you're innovating is again grounded in your brand strategy.
One of the other things we're seeing is a real decline in the use of early stage explorative research, actually, whether it's qual or whether it's quant. And there's a very, very strong correlation between the use of early stage exploration and effectiveness. What are you doing as a brand to add unique value to an audience's life? Not just meet their needs, but sort of enrich their lives in some way and do so in a unique way.
There's Pizza for the Planet, which is that sustainability piece, and then Equal Size for Everyone, which is our brand purpose work. So they're not necessarily decision drivers for our customers yet, but we know that over time that's going to change and help us build the brand over the longer term.
And the big pivot that we're trying to make at Mars is moving from really generic advertising approach to following individual consumers along their pet parent journey and trying to create really fantastic omnichannel experiences for those consumers.
We launched an initiative called Health in Mind, which was all about addressing the challenges of what it is to be a man today, normalizing discussion around mental health, connecting with customers in a much deeper way. So thinking retention and loyalty with a much more longer term lens.
So we're looking at growth, not just as a profitable business, but a responsible business, which has, a societal role.
The wrap around all of that is absolute clarity on who the customer is, absolute clarity on the brand strategy and how those things come together to ensure you're innovating to deliver exciting but relevant growth for your organization.